You're here, you're here, you're here, you're here. I'm so excited. I'm very, very excited about this because you've made a great choice. And the first video I need you to watch is this one because I'm going to tell you something big. I'm going to put the pieces together in an architectural way before I actually give you each individual piece. So it's very important to think about it like this. Now, when you are marketing online, it's different than other types of marketing. Well, it doesn't have to be, but the effective way to make it passive and amazing and explode is to do it differently, okay? Completely different. Throw out the concept of most of the concept of direct mail marketing or door knocking or cold calling or even like marketing to the masses in ways like television or other things. It's completely different. When you're marketing online the effective way, not the Google AdWords way where you're getting just a click here and somebody fills out a quote request and you call them. That's great and that works. But if anybody here has tried it, it's very expensive and you really have to iron out the details to get it to work. And there is a way to do that within Facebook, the same concept, and we're going to go over that later on. But the most long-term effective way is to build an engaged audience. And I know people have probably said that to you before because marketers are a dime a dozen. But most of the time when I sit down with a marketer, I figure out that I know more about marketing than they do because they haven't really lived it. They're just pitching some talking points and mostly trying to sell to people that know jack crap about marketing. I mean, I'm just thinking of the guy that lives in the van down by the river that says jack squat, and that's how they are. They don't know anything about it. They're really like illiterate to advanced marketing, techniques and tactics, but the people that they're trying to talk to are just not very intelligent on it, so it's easy to talk to them. However, this is completely different than that. I have lived and breathed, eat, breathe, and live this stuff all the time. Insurance and marketing is what I do. And the combination of the two and the way that I've done it has led to an absolute explosion in referrals and, from the online portion because I build an audience to that audience, I am a celebrity. This concept that I'm going to talk about, I think it's called an active person. You're an active person or you're a localized celebrity or something. There's different people call it different things. I learned it from a guy named Russell Brunson in a long, big training that I did. I've done a lot of trainings to learn all these different pieces, but this is probably the most important thing you can learn. Is if you know anything about people growing up now in this era, they're as likely to know about a guy named Logan Paul or Jake Paul. I think it's not Jake Paul. Logan Paul from Vines. He was a Vine star, a YouTuber, and all that. They're as likely to know who that person is as they are someone like Brad Pitt. Because the internet gives the ability to hone in on a certain audience, whereas television and direct mail and the masses, you're having to market to everybody, even though you only want this group of people, you got to market to all these to get this group, right? And so we have a very unique advantage now because we can market to the specific people we want. And over time, by honing in on smaller, more selective audiences and being likable and being relatable, you're going to get an engaged, active audience that, and this may sound silly to a lot of people, but to them, you are a celebrity. You're a celebrity. They're not going to say he's a celebrity, but you are a famous person to them because you are constantly seen by them. And there are different ways because I'm talking to different people when I'm talking to you. You might be a family person. You might be a man. You might be a woman. You might be a family person. You might be young. You might be old. You might be, closer to retirement age. Different strokes for different folks, But the thing is you're all relatable to a group of people. You're all relatable in the most corny way if you just live through your advertising platform in just normal things while simultaneously being informative and knowledgeable about a certain topic. You become a likable celebrity to your growing following on Facebook. So the long-term strategy is to start a Facebook page if you haven't done that part already, which I'm hoping most of you have. But have a Facebook page. My absolute recommendation, and this is not pertinent to success, but is to have a business Facebook page for the name of your business, but it's also to have a page, not a profile, that is your name. So my name is Justin Brock. So I have a profile that's Justin Brock that I've had for years and years on Facebook. But I also have a page that is Justin Brock. And the page is where you're going to be able to advertise through, and the page is where you build an engaged following that you can always pump information to. The reason I say to do Justin Brock is because I firmly believe that brands that aren't huge already are really struggling this day and age because people are buying people. They're buying a person, okay? And even if they go around quote shopping you and stuff, some of them may be an absolute hardcore quote shopper, but the most people that we are effectively able to advertise to are looking for a person that they are buying, okay? And you know that. You've been told that. I'm sure anybody in insurance has been told that at some point. People buy people. But online, they're buying you, and you can be seen by thousands of people or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people at all the time. And they can be focused in people. If you're looking for people that are over 65, zone in on them. If you're looking for people that, have no teeth, we can probably figure out how to get those people. If you're looking for people with a birthday in the next few months, we can get those people. If you're looking for people in a certain income window or over a certain income or under a certain income, we can get those people and we can be in front of them and we can become a celebrity. And some of the most effective techniques that I have used so far have been, it's always an integration of different techniques. And I'm gonna throw the gauntlet of different ideas and concepts and train you on these different concepts as well as possible. The point is to do a little bit of all of it. You'll start out with some of the things that are, engagement related and developing a little bit of a following and maybe some video views and things. But over time, you develop a following that creates a snowball effect, and it just grows and grows and grows. And as you help these people in real time, over the phone or in person or however you do it, you're always told, like, if everybody's different, but like you say you're a door-to-door agent, or say you go to home visits or people come in the office or whatever, and at the end you say, here's a few of my business cards. If you know anybody else needs help, and they may have every intention, they may love you, you may be awesome, but those business cards end up in the bottom of that lady's purse or in some guy's wallet or in his desk somewhere or in the garbage or somewhere, like that. But on Facebook, I can take that person that found me on Facebook and shove more stuff at them. And guess what? I'm always in their face now. I have clients now that constantly refer me business like you wouldn't believe, because they see me day in and day out. They see me. They see my family at the beach. They see me giving important information and updating my clients and being a likable, persistent, knowledgeable person who's relatable and down to earth and a normal guy with a normal family. They see that on there, and I become the person that they love to refer business to. And they can do it as easily as clicking share on a post and writing something and tagging their friends in it. And you can encourage them to do these things as well. I mean, you can get creative with this. It's so creative. After a while, you have a following. You can do one of those little giveaway posts that you see, which I don't do a ton of, but they do work sometimes. And maybe for your giveaway, you request them to tag a friend who might help with the service. And so you're tagging these different people, or they share it and they like your page, whatever. Those are extremely effective things, but not just in the form of referring you on Facebook. It's bigger than that. Because you're constantly in their face, they might be out somewhere seeing your video and show it to a friend. You might post funny videos of you doing something goofy, make fun of yourself, lighten up. Who cares? You have to be a little bit unserious and super relatable, and that is how you're going to explode online, okay? And I'm hoping most of you that have purchased this course or enrolled in this course have a local market you're focusing on, because it does help to really hone in on a certain market. Now, if you're in an area, like where it's hard to focus on an area, like say you're selling Medicare in Miami, Florida, it's not really a great market for you. So maybe you want to focus on a certain area. Well, I would focus on that geographic area, like one specific geographic area. It does help you to do that, because you can become a celebrity quicker in that area. You don't really have to live in that area with Facebook, though. Not necessarily. It does. I'd say it is easier, definitely, especially if you have an office front and you can get some of them to come in the office and that sort of thing. But it just doesn't matter. I mean, I've seen people do this in call centers. I've seen them do it door to door, and I've seen them do it with an office front, but still do it over the phone. Me, myself, I still do the most of my business over the phone. I do have some that come in the storefront, but Facebook is my number one, without a doubt, by far, lead generation machine. And it's not just developing leads that I'm having to call and follow up on. We do some of that, but a lot of it is people just calling me and saying, so-and-so told me to call you. I saw you on Facebook giving this video. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And it really hit like this amazing point for me where I'm selling 70 policies a week. 50. It started slowly escalating. I got to where I was selling 25 and 30 policies a week, like a year and a half ago, just passively with no problem. And then it started growing, and it was 40 and 45 and 50. And I'm talking about I'd come into a week with no appointments set up. Maybe it's the dead of summer. I'd been on vacation. I'd come in with no appointments set up and close 40 policies that week. It was amazing. I'm helping these people, but the hard part, people that aren't in insurance don't know that the hard part of any sales job is getting people that want you to help them. And Facebook makes that so easy, because you can get it to where people are begging you to help them, but it does take some persistency. So what we're going to do is go through the course outline. You'll be able to see it in there. We're going to go through the Facebook ads basics. I recommend, even if you know a little bit about Facebook ads, go through every video, go through everything. We got the Facebook ads basics. We're going to go through a slight video editing thing, and as you can see, I'm not big on being crazy on video. Most of my videos are pretty easy. I'm not I don't, nothing fancy, but I'm going to show you how to do some real basic editing. And if you're real good at video editing, you could probably skip that video. Then we're going to get into at a certain point, they're going to get into the different types of ads, and in the order I think that you should do them in. But I'm going to get into all those different types of things, and even some of the newest revelations like messenger marketing, that are very effective, and some ways you can do it for free. That are just amazing. And there's some points in there that we'll be going over. Audiences, different concepts, pixels, so you can do retargeting, lead pages, so you're using software like ClickFunnels or lead pages. I prefer ClickFunnels. But I'm going to go over all this stuff, and at any point, if you have any questions, I want you to reach out to me, because I love insurance, and I've found over time that I get asked about this by so many agents. I love talking to agents about it, because we live in a big place. There's 350 million people here, I guess. I think that's something like what there is. I'm not writing all of those policies. There's plenty to go around for everybody, and I want everyone to know how to do it effectively and use Facebook to their advantage without polluting the system. Use it effectively the way Facebook wants you to use it. And so that last thing, things just keep popping in my mind. But with Facebook, you're going to be rewarded for using it in a way that your audience responds well to. And that's how I do it. I mean, my audience, 99% of them or 98% of them love me on there. And it's because I do it a certain way, and I do it in a relatable way with, family things on there. And I'm very, very, easygoing, relatable, and informative at the same time. So I become a nice, relatable expert, and it explodes like a snowball. So I will leave you with that. You're going to have some show notes down here, and there'll be show notes at the bottom of each video that, kind of help with, links to things that I may talk about, or, some basic information. But at any time, like I said, you should have my email. You can respond back to my email or email me at metagapbroker@gmail.com. That's a quick one. You can just email me over there, and I will answer any questions you want help with. So thank you guys so much for purchasing the course. I hope that it helps you skyrocket the way all this information has helped me. So talk to you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.